Hi guys, thank you for coming to my channel. If you're new here, I make podiatry related content and we release every Friday. My name is Ekta and now I'm going into my second year of podiatry, but I'm a podiatry student and I make funny podiatry videos, but I also do interviews as well. And if that interests you, then please subscribe, hit that notification bell. We make videos every Friday. We try to release videos every Friday. Although I still am a student and I need time to study, so that might change. Today's video is kind of special because I sat down with Steve. We talked about scanning equipment, which is huge in podiatry. Well, it's not huge in podiatry now, but it is getting there. It's on its way there. And that's one of the things we discuss, the future of, equipment when it comes to allied healthcare professionals using it and podiatrists using it. And so if that's interesting to you, please stick around. If not, I won't be angry today. But I won't be angry. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya. Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Hector. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for joining me today, where we get to talk about all the great things to do with podiatry equipment, and one of them is scanning equipment.
Indeed.
So my first question is, which scanning equipment is the most popular among podiatrists?
Well, for us, it's absolutely the E2. Closely followed by the X3, I would suggest. These numbers and letters probably don't mean a lot to people, but
yeah.
Make a note, E2, X3, and
okay, you got it.
Like a Star Wars character or something.
Probably works a lot better, and no. Can you tell me a bit to why these are the most popular amongst podiatrists?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, the E2, really, I mean, before I answer, I would say you try and spend as much as you can. You try and get the best scanner you can for the money that you've got to spend.
Yeah.
E2 is by far and away the most popular. And to be honest with you, it's because it's fit for purpose for podiatry MSK work. Now, that's hardly the biggest, recommendation from anyone to say it's fit for purpose. I've got a mug here that's fit for purpose on the proviso that's not got a hole in it, so that fit for purpose doesn't say a whole lot about the machine. It doesn't do it justice, but I do strongly believe that it's fit for purpose. It serves a purpose for what you typically would do in MSK podiatry work, so therefore why spend any more? But the X3, as I mentioned, that's a close second, and it's got some additional benefits to it as well. So it's a good machine for the money, does what it says it's going to do, and it's fit for purpose.
So I saw that you recently spoke to Justin about one of the machines. Now, which machine did you speak to him about?
Well, he actually had the E1, so that's E2's little brother. So that's our kind of entry level scanner.
Okay.
The E2 really, why we tend to pick the E2 over the E1, the main difference is it's got a colour Doppler, which the podiatrists love.
Oh, okay.
But Justin didn't specifically need that, so he's got an E1 there that he's using at the moment. Yeah. But they're so similar. They're very similar. All the scanners, you start at E1 and you go up. You start at £5,500 for the first scanner, and each one, the more money you spend, the better scanner you get with add-ons as you. And typically each scanner increments of about £2,500 each time, each one.
Okay, but it's definitely worth the investment, you would say.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're seeing more and more. It's still a relatively rare thing in podiatry, scanning. It's not something that you see in every clinic, but those that get one, they never look back. They can't imagine work life without it, and work life without it.
Yeah, I think we've got one of the scanning machines in our clinic at Northampton. And we were just kind of we were playing around with it a little bit, not too much, but I do see it. First of all, it's really the screen is really hard to read, especially if you've got no experience. And I know that your company offers training as well. If you're not really exposed to it too much, or if your university doesn't provide it, you offer training on how to read these screens and stuff like that. But I can understand why people say that once you do start using the scanning equipment, you can't really see going back to what it was before, like a regular Doppler.
Yeah, completely.
So I do understand that. Do you feel like the full potential of the equipment was displayed in your chat with Justin?
No, not really. I mean, it was a great chat. I was so grateful Justin had me on. I mean, for me, it was a platform to talk scanning. You know, it was a bit of a technical hitch. That we do webinars, and there's a basically to get a good image through the screen, if you will, through the video screen, not the screen of the scanner. You basically need a HDMI lead. And we didn't have that. So for me, it was a great chat with Justin. I was really grateful. It was more talking about the scanning, but you know, we were never going to show off a great image through the video without that bit of technical kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So more technical stuff that I'm not really too familiar with. So.
It went over my head too, so we're okay.
Lastly, was there anything that you would like podiatrists or student podiatrists to know about the scanning equipment, or any tips that could potentially help us in our learning as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, the first tip, general broad brush tip, is get scanning. You mentioned you got one in the uni.
Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest it's probably used more from an anatomy training point of view. Would I be right in saying?
Yep, for sure.
So push the boundaries. Ask whoever you've got to ask. Can you scan? Can you scan each other? Can't do any harm. Scan each other. Look at normal. Just have a play. Can we use it? Can we play? Scan and get into it. That'd be my biggest tip, is just to try it out.
Yeah, get your feet wet a little bit.
Sorry?
Get your feet wet.
I like your pun there. I like what you did. Dip your toes in the water. Exactly. See what you did there. So yeah, absolutely. Just try scanning, because you know the bigger message there really is make yourself more employable. I've already mentioned that there's not a huge amount of scanning going on in podiatry out there at the moment. Mm-hmm. Make yourself employable. Take it to the party when you're looking for a job. So have that skill in your bag, because I'm aware of modest numbers, but I'm aware of a few pods that have got successful businesses and they've invested in a scanner because their new associate is bringing that skill with them, and they'll invest in the right people. I do genuinely believe that will happen. So have some experience of scanning, and you've got an opportunity. You've got a scanner that's probably sitting there not doing a great deal in the uni. I don't want to be critical of any university, of course. Yeah, why would I want to do that? But and scan on each other, yeah.
Okay, well, that's a really great tip, and I think definitely, like, once uni starts back up again and we're allowed to go back to clinics, touch wood,
sure.
we will probably, like, have a good chance to play around with expensive equipment without trying to break it. Good. Okay, now's the time for the question game, and I've sent you the answers beforehand, so you know how weird and strange they are. Are you ready to play?
I think so. I think slightly nervous and apprehensive, but
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Everyone's been fine. I've not gotten anyone into trouble yet, but there's still potential. So maybe you could be the first.
Yeah, indeed, yeah, and I've got size 22 feet, so I'm probably be the one. Something I shouldn't, but yeah, no, I mean, it's fire away. I'm more comfortable with things like Ronaldo or Messi, or or
I don't watch football.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no, that kind of thing. Is it is a tomato a fruit or a veg? I'm probably more my level, but let's see how we do.
Okay. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Well, I've thought about this. I'm with Neil from the young ones. I feel sorry for the elephants. I think we've got to save the elephants here.
We have to save. Okay, so you're not answering that question. That's a good answer.
That's probably a reference point you'll be too young to know about. But Neil from the young ones was right. Look after the elephants.
Okay, I believe you. What is the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn? And you've gone through the 70s and 80s, I believe. So I think
you're right. And yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. Probably anything my mom dressed me in up until the age of 9.
Oh.
And it would have been my brother's cast-offs. So I suppose I'm grateful in a way, because I had an older sister too. So at least it weren't her cast-offs. But yeah, dress me any family wedding photos of me up to the age of 9. I probably.
What's the weirdest thing a guest has ever done at your house?
I've got 2 or 3 here, and I'm going to keep it the cleanest. Literally, you'll see what I mean in a minute.
Okay.
Afternoon, we were all around watching the football, and one of my mates, just in the middle of the match, said, "Hey, Taffy," that was my nickname. "Can I have a bath?" Just in the middle of the football match, watching the football, he wanted to have a bath.
Okay.
We all looked at him and say, "If you want, go for it." I think I know where it came from. There was a Sunday afternoon. We played Sunday football, and sometimes the facilities weren't great, so you didn't always get a great shower after the match. But that didn't stop you going to the pub and having a beer afterwards.
Oh yeah, of course.
whatever mess you were in. But so I think we all then crashed back at mine. This is when the football was typically, there would only be one match on at the weekend, 4 o'clock on a Sunday. So we all crashed at mine, and I think he just didn't feel he was comfortable enough to relax on a Sunday afternoon, so he wanted a bath, which just in context of watching a football match and someone saying, "Hey, do you mind if I have a bath?" It just felt a bit. Is that weird? I don't know. Is that weird? I don't know.
A little bit weird. Like it depends. Like some people are a bit more open, like, "Oh yeah, like go use my shower," but then some people are like, maybe not.
Yeah. He specifically wanted a bath.
Oh, like a bubble bath?
Well, I help myself.
Okay. What could be the absolute worst name you could give your child?
Well, I want my son, he's 22 now, I wanted to call him Ole Gunnar. Which,
why?
well, you just said you don't follow football, so that would be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from Man United.
Okay.
So but I was overruled. That was never going to happen. I think now, bear in mind my surname Sheldon, I think it'd be cool now, if I had a son now, I'd call him Young.
Oh, so young Sheldon.
There you go. That's what
Okay.
I do. But you said the worst name. That'd be pretty cool, I think, wouldn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a good name. What would be the worst buy one, get one sale of all time?
Struggle with this one. Probably if it's got a lifetime guarantee.
Sure.
Anything you buy with a lifetime guarantee, and they say, "Hey, you can have another one free." Well, I don't need it. You just told me it's got a lifetime guarantee.
Yeah.
Or maybe a one-way ticket. I need a one-way ticket. You can have one for free. Well, I just want a one-way ticket.
Okay,
You're not giving me anything there that improves my situation.
Yeah, fair enough. That would be the worst one.
Yeah.
What would be the coolest animal to scale up to the size of a horse?
Well, I thought, imagine if dogs were. Imagine all the dog owners when they go for walks. They'd have to take shovels with them.
Oh, yeah.
No, maybe not something we need to think about. I think at the moment I've got a problem in my greenhouse. Somebody's eating my pak choi. Someone's nibbling at my pak choi. So whatever that pest is, if it was the size of the horse, I'd spot it. So,
but then what would you do if it was the size of a horse?
Well, yeah, that'd be kind of counterintuitive because then it'd probably eat all my crop in one sitting.
More.
I've only got a small greenhouse, so yeah, that actually wouldn't work. You've foiled my plan. Yeah, no, it wouldn't work. So it'd either be a dog, just so I could see dog owners walking around the park with shovels, as opposed to little discreet plastic bags.
Nobody would own a dog. Nobody would own a dog at that point.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which I guess would be a shame, but yeah.
Okay, that was the final of my weird and wonderful questioning. Do you have any questions for me before I let you go?
No, I don't think so. I think that was great. That was really good fun. Thank you. Back to the serious stuff, the scanning. Hopefully that was helpful to you, and share it with your peers.
Yeah, for sure.
Get scanning.
Get scanning.
The dance program, Keep Dancing. Let's do a Keep Scanning. Let's get Keep Scanning going.
I love it. That's going to be the new motto for 2020 or the end of 2020.
Let's get out of 2020 quick, right? Crikey.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me on. Take care.